What's going on, guys? Coach Ian here with Legacy Endurance, helping you run further, faster, and more focused. And today we're talking about going faster. We're talking running cadence, so stick around.
Ready, set, go!
All right, guys, so we're talking running cadence today. And first of all, what are we talking about when we're saying running cadence? Well, simply put, your running cadence is the number of times your feet strike the ground in a 1 minute time frame. The best runners in the world are somewhere between 170 and 180 steps per minute. That's a good indication of a really positive cadence or turnover speed. Why does that matter? Well, it's important to have a good, efficient stride because it helps to promote a nice midfoot stride, a nice midfoot landing on that foot, reduces your heel strike, and ultimately helps you to reduce the chance of injury. So being efficient, being quick on your feet is why we want to improve that cadence. Now, how do you measure cadence? It's an important thing to understand before you start to improve it. Obviously, you need to know where you're starting from. And cadence is one of these things that you can't improve overnight. It takes time. You can't all of a sudden get up tomorrow and decide, I'm going to run 175 steps per minute. If you're somewhere starting lower than that, you've got to take some time to build that up. But by tracking it, monitoring it, you can really start to see some improvements over time. So there's a couple ways you can start to understand that by measuring it. If you're using a Garmin watch or some sort of GPS device, check your post-run data. There's a good likelihood that that information is already there. It's right there for you to understand. You can look at where your cadence is averaging out over your runs, so you get a good sense of where you are today. If you're looking to do it old school, it's a very simple way to calculate it is next time you go for a run, time yourself for 30 seconds and count the number of times your left foot hits the ground. Multiply that number by 2 and you've got your cadence. Very, very simple. Really helps you to understand where you're starting from. So how do we start to make improvements against our cadence? Well, there's a few different ways you can really start to improve, make that connection and understand what's going on in your stride to start to improve that cadence. One simple way to start training that quicker turnover is to find a nice gradual downhill slope, somewhere in the 50 to 75 meter range where you can do short strides, basically an 85 to 90% effort where you're doing these very short little sprints, go down the hill, focus on getting a really quick turnover, a nice short, fast, quick turnover. Focus on a midfoot landing, focus on really being really efficient, holding good form. Do those every single week. Do like 5 to 10 of those at the end of a run or in the middle of a run, wherever you can find that nice downhill. Do that every single week. You'll start to train your body and your legs to be turning over quickly. The second thing you can do is run with a metronome app. Now, this is a very powerful way for you to start to make that connection of what does it feel like to run at this higher cadence. There's lots of apps you can find in the App Store that you can set whatever cadence you want, and it simply just beeps or ticks in your ear. You can feel what it feels like. You can try and time your footsteps to that clicking. Another way I like to do is I actually love Spotify, because in Spotify they've got these running tracks that actually can be pre-programmed to the cadence you're looking for. So instead of running to this beep in your head, you can actually run along to the timing of the music, and you can set that to be whatever speed you want. So you can set it for, say, 170 beats per minute, and then you just follow the beat of that song or the beat of the music that you're listening to, and that will teach you what it feels like to run at those different cadences. So if you're starting at, say, 150 cadence right now, don't jack it up to 175 and try and hold on to that. Maybe set your step to 155 and work at doing that for a while, and then as you get comfortable there, maybe move it up to 160 and so on. Build it up slowly over time. And the last way that you can really start to make a very powerful connection to what's going on in your stride and where's your cadence at is by using the treadmill as a tool. Jump on the treadmill, set it for a fairly quick speed, somewhere where it's a little faster than your easy run, and start to run along with that. What I want you to do is I want you to focus on short, quick strides, and then start to take some long, slow strides. You're going to see the difference between those two and how that feels. Whoa. The shorter, quicker turnover is what we're looking for. And what you're going to make the connection on there is that a lot of times for many people, if you're trying to run faster, we start to overstride. We start to reach out in front of us. And that's a nightmare. That's a bad thing to do, because you're going to start heel striking. You're going to start causing a lot of extra stress on the body. So by using that treadmill as a bit of a training tool, you can start to make that connection of how it feels to run with different turnover rates. So next time you're on the treadmill, play around with that, see what it feels like, and I guarantee you will make an instant connection to how your cadence and your stride length are connected. So hopefully that helps you guys. It's really important that we work on the cadence. We want to get rid of that heel strike. We want to be landing midfoot. We want to be super efficient on our feet, working less harder, able to get down the road with a lot less effort, falling forward nice and tall. Work on that cadence. If you have any questions about it, comment below. I'd love to help you out. Work on that in your training this week. Your goal, if you don't know your cadence, is figure it out and start working on it. Hope to help you guys. I'd love it if you liked the video. I'd love it if you'd subscribe. We're really hoping we can track with you every single week. We want to keep pushing these videos out. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.